is a presentation of WCTV Sports.
Welcome to Memorial Park in the Gridiron on Grandview Avenue and the historic Art Wright Stadium. And welcome to Youth Night. A big crowd expected to be on hand, and the atmosphere once again electric here in Wadsworth. Tonight, Chapter 2 of the Ohio High School football season will be written. The 1-0 Wadsworth Grizzlies of the Suburban League National Conference welcome the 0-1 New Albany Eagles of the Ohio Capital Conference. This is game number 2 of a home-and-home series between these two programs. The Grizzlies traveling south to Columbus last year, defeating New Albany. And in that ball game, it was the debut of today's starting quarterback for the Grizzlies, sophomore Bryson Hall. Hello again, fans, and welcome to another production of Grizzly Football on WCTV. I am Mike Elkins, and joining me in just a moment is my partner, Kirk Gray, as we take a timeout for the national anthem.
Playing at the Wadsworth High School alma mater.
Another great performance there by the Wadsworth Grizzly Marching Band in our national anthem. Folks, last week in Chapter 1 of this 2025 season, the Grizzlies dominated the Magics of Barberton, defeating them 55-7. That offense putting up 41 first-half points. The Eagles last week opened the season against the reigning Division III Region 12 champions in London, the London Wildcats, falling in that game 14-11, Kirk, in a game that Coach Finn said, hey, we just kind of gave that one away. We have two physical programs here tonight. Kirk, what can we expect out of these two teams tonight?
Well, I think for the Grizzlies, we've just got to come out and protect our home turf. They're coming up here from Columbus. They took the charter buses. They're taking this very seriously. They're a big group. They want to be the bully. They want to come in and establish themselves and put last week out of their mind and avenge a loss last year down on their home turf where they didn't think they played very well. So the Grizzlies have got to come out quickly and just let them know that they're in Wadsworth now. For New Albany, they have to do that. They have to exert themselves. They got to be mistake-free. Last week they had a few mistakes. May have ended up costing them the game, some of those mistakes. But all in all, they've got to play a clean game and see what happens at late in the game if they're able to control the clock and slow this game down.
Well, here the Grizzlies are in the tunnel underneath the inflatable Grizzly Bear as they storm onto the turf here at Art Wright. And as we're just moments away from kickoff, Kirk, our viewers are going to see a wing tee offense that New Albany runs. They're very good at it. How do you stop that wing tee, especially that buck sweep that they're so good at?
Well, when New Albany has the ball, you're going to think we went back a little ways in time. I mean, this is an old-style offense. It's very efficient, a lot of movements. There's going to be a lot of fake handoffs. But what you're going to see in this buck sweep, which they like to run, is their bread and butter. Number 26, Jet, perfect name for a kid.
Absolutely,
Jet Jewers. You know, he's going to get the ball a lot. There's going to be a lot of misdirection, but you're going to see both these guards pulling, going towards the action. So they're going to do a lot of dives, hold the linebackers. Then they're going to pull both guards, and they're going to lead them out in what is essentially called the buck sweep. And they're going to do that a lot. Jewers is a big kid, junior. Got some Power 5 offers, a couple SEC offers, ACC offers with Louisville. He can run pretty well, so he's got some speed, he's got some size, and he's a talented player for sure. And they've got some very athletic guards that are going to lead him up in there.
Yeah, number 50, Michael Ryan, 6'2", 240. He's the right guard. The left side is going to be Hunter Howard, 52, 6', 225. And these guys, they play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, 52 Howard. When the Grizzlies have the ball, Howard is going to be trying to wreak as much havoc as he can. They really want to disrupt inside with their 3 linemen and their 2 inside linebackers. They really want to be physical, and they want to avoid blocks, fill gaps, and just try to cause as much havoc as they're able to.
Another play you want to watch for the New Albany Eagles is number 78, Bo Anders. He is a 6'4", 300-pound nose tackle. He's getting some looks from some Ivy League schools, Kirk.
He moves very well. He plays with anger. He plays the game, gritting his teeth and getting after it. He gets to places very unhappily. He wants to make plays. He's playing tackle for the offense, so they're going to run behind him, of course. That's a lot of mass. And then defensively, he's going to play a lot of nose, slides out to tackle occasionally, and he's going to be a handful for wherever he lines up tonight.
Yeah, and talked with Coach Finn last night about Bo Anders. He's the kind of guy that kind of sets the tone for these Eagles. He's the first guy in the weight room, the first guy at practice, the last guy to leave the field. So he is one of the leaders here on this Eagles team. As we're just moments away here from kickoff and getting chapter number 2 underway in this what is to be a storybook 2025 season. There's head coach Justin Todd in his 10th season at the helm and done a fantastic job, not only with this varsity program, but his involvement in the youth program and 70 wins against 33 losses here in Wadsworth.
Coach Todd is so integral to not just what he does with these young men, but he spends a lot of time with the youth, with their coaches, with their leadership groups, getting all that established and organized and just building that up to just grow the program. And the program is literally from the bottom to the top. So he wants those young kids to play in big numbers, to play a lot of snaps. He really is invested in that younger group.
You see New Albany coming on to the turf here at Arkwright Stadium a little bit late, coming out of the locker room. And Kirk, I got to wonder if that's a little maybe gamesmanship going on here.
Well, you got to expect that Coach Finn wants to get them fired up. They had a long bus ride. Charter bus or not, that's a long ride. It's about an hour and 45 minutes or so, give or take, from New Albany. It's a long bus ride. I know that was on his mind coming up here, and how they were going to step out onto the field. How were they going to get started? Was it going to take them a little bit to get that engine going or not? So maybe it was a little gamesmanship. Got them in there trying to get them fired up a little bit and made the home team wait. Not a good guess that arrived to the party late, Mike.
So Jewers and Justin will be back deep for the New Albany Eagles as Jack McNeil will get things underway here as he tees the ball up at the 40-yard line. And Kirk, a couple keys to the game for the Grizzlies to come out with a W tonight.
A couple keys to the game are going to be we've really got to remain disciplined. Got to be assignment football on defense. Do your 1/11th, as they say. Don't get peeking in the backfield trying to do more than you can do. They're going to run the ball 95% of the time. So we've got to be very disciplined on defense. And on offense, we've just got to use our weapons. We've got to move the ball around like we did last week, get everybody involved, and just play at a very high pace.
And we are underway here in week number 2. It is going to be, actually the ball's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. On the sideline over there was number 3.
That's unfortunate because that was a pretty good. That was a pretty good kick. I thought it was going to check up, but and then I thought he was going to grab it, and he smartly just let that roll out of bounds, and that's going to give them some extra field position on that kickoff.
Yeah, they will place the ball at the, I think it's going to be a 35-yard line. The official standing at the 30-yard line. Now he walks up. We'll get a good look at this New Albany offense. Jake Hoovler's the quarterback, number 7, 6 foot, 170 pound. Again, this is the team. They will break the huddle and sprint to the line of scrimmage. I backfield. Run it left side
off
behind
tackle
that left tackle. And stop made on the play there by Calix Lemp.
About 4.
Good gain on first down. On the carry, there was number 26. That Jet Jewers, he's going to carry the ball more than 50% of the time here tonight. He's the real deal.
Yes,
talked
he is.
about him getting, Power 5 offers, and he's only a junior.
It was interesting. We talked about the wing T having a lot of movements, motions, counteractions, and they come out in the very first play and just run off tackle left.
Although they do break the huddle quickly, they get to the line of scrimmage, they will run this play clock down. They want to control the tempo in this football game. Single set back. Jewers in motion now.
Dive.
Handoff right side, whistle, and
Some
a
motion.
flag.
Look like there's some motion, Mike.
Kirk putting on his zebra stripes is correct up here in the booth.
I think that's something we need to take a look at. I know they had some issues last week with a few penalties and some bad snaps. So I think their unforced errors are something that we may need to subconsciously keep track of up here, Mike. That's one penalty already, and it's got them behind the sticks, which is where they don't want to be. Second and long, third and long.
Jewers last week, 28 carries, 195 yards. Did score a touchdown, but he did fumble once, lost that fumble.
Dive again.
Dive right side. This time it's Ackerman, the big fullback in the backfield coming off the right side. You're going to see a lot of him also on the defensive side of the ball. I'm sorry, that's number 5, Grant Nelson.
Yep.
5'9", 185-pound fullback, senior.
He got a lot more action in the second half of that game last week against London. 10 did start, as you indicated earlier, but he also plays linebacker, so you got to keep him a little fresh. But number 5 came in and looked like he played a lot of snaps in the second half last week against London.
So Hoovler is looking at a long 3rd and 10 for this Eagles offense. A team that doesn't throw the ball much, but 3rd and 10, you're going to expect them to throw. They're going to give to Jewers right side off the right edge, and stop made over there by Stoops and Lemp.
Yeah, pickup of about 2. They're going to give him a little more than 2, not quite 3 yards, but Ryan Stoops stayed where he was supposed to be, stepped right up, and then Calix came in and helped him clean that up, and that's a big stop on 3rd and long. They like to go for it on 4th down, but I don't know if they want to go for 4th and 7 in their own side of the field like this, so it does look like they're going to punt.
So Ackerman on to punt. I believe that's number 10, Mason Ackerman on the punt. And don't forget, Wadsworth burned last week on a fake punt by the Magic. You got to wonder if that's in the back of Finn's mind, but he's going to kick it away and back deep, fair catching it.
Bit of a line drive there, Mike.
Wadsworth is number 5.
Tommy Hahn. Yeah, he fair caught that. That was a bit of a line drive, and there was a couple people in his face. That was really smart. So we're going to run the Grizzlies offense out here. Ball on about the 40-yard line, 39-yard line. Good field position to start this first drive for the Grizzlies.
Bryson Hall, who is, I believe, 12 of 18 last week for 240 yards and 4 touchdown passes. And a year ago today, this is when he made his debut as a quarterback for the Grizzlies at New Albany. And here he is now facing them at home. They'll come right side Madigan. Madigan will be wrestled down on a short gain.
Yeah, he's going to end up getting 2 on a good push by the offensive line. That play developed real slowly from the snap to the pitch, and there wasn't a whole lot out there on the edge for Madigan. But he did get a nice push from the offensive line. They're going to give him 2, I think, on that.
Hunter Howard from that linebacker position comes in and makes the stop on Madigan. Madigan in the backfield. We got trips to the right side. And one of the concerns, now Lemp is going to be in motion. He's going to go to the left side. Trips on the right side. Empty backfield. Hall looking.
He's got him.
He's got a man open, and he overshoots him. That is Calix Lemp on the far sideline. And that was a concern, Kirk, that Coach Finn shared with me. And can his secondary, if you take a look at Calix's numbers last week against Barberton, contain Calix Lemp? Well,
as you saw there, Calix had a step, maybe a step and a half on that defensive back, and Bryson just overthrew him just a bit. So that's there for us. We can go back to that, and I think Coach Finn's concern is validated there. Calix did get behind him.
Jacob Ernest now in the H-back. Madigan behind Hall. Hall looking left. Got a man on the sideline. Flag is thrown. Catch is caught by Luke Maddox. It is good enough for a first down. Let's see what the flag is, Kirk.
They're calling a hold on number 11 as Luke came out of his break.
Pass interference.
It looked like he got a piece of Luke coming out of his break. He threw that flag before the ball even got there. He had made his decision, the ref did. That was a good ball by Bryson on time in a good spot. A good catch by Maddox for a pickup of about,
Well, it was a pickup of about 7 or 8, but they're going to mark it off as they're going to take the penalty, which gives them more yardage.
Sure.
So that's a 15-yard penalty. They'll place the ball at the 47-yard line of the Grizzlies, where they'll have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, so we'll take the penalty. That eliminates the play, so the yards will go to the penalty, but first down.
In motion. Give us to Madigan, left side. He lowers his head. Feet turning. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. It looks like 6.
Yeah.
Boy, I could almost hear that hit up here.
Yeah, he had a nice seam right up there behind Merritt Fortner. I almost said Mason Fortner from a few years ago. Merritt Fortner right up the middle and picked up 6 yards. Big, hard run, put his shoulder down.
Corners on an island on the near side with Lemp. Schmelzer in motion. Hall looking for Lemp. He's wide open at the goal line. Touchdown, Wadsworth.
That was a great play. We said they're going to go back to it. It was a 47-yard reception. I mean, Bryson just put that ball up. He could have thrown that forever, Mike. And Kalix was so far behind that defensive back. Until we see a replay, here it is. He had him by about 4 yards, had to wait on the ball a bit. I mean, Bryson really put it down there. He's got him by 4 yards and waited a bit and just,
well, you knew with the isolation out there, Kirk, they're going to take advantage of it.
Well, we saw earlier that Kalix did get behind their guy, and then what you see right there is they go back to it. They flip the field and say, well, let's give that a try again. We saw that was there, and that's big for the Grizzlies. First drive to get on the board, and it's 7-0. Jack McNeil puts it through.
Good hold by Schmelzer. McNeil, perfect.
And that's what we wanted to see, Mike.
Yeah.
We wanted to see the Grizzlies come out, establish themselves, get on the board, because as you mentioned, they want to slow the game down. They're going to run the play clock down. They want to shorten this game and not give us as many opportunities. So the fact that we were efficient, marched the ball from about the 40-yard line, 35, 40-yard line, and put that in 4 or 5 plays, that's really good. Really good. Looking good so far for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and he beat that safety. That's number 2. He's actually playing free safety, and he's able to get behind him, is Kalix Lemp. Vince Williams on the coverage for New Albany. So Jack McNeil will tee it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep again is going to be Jet Jewers and Justin.
So they came out on their offense, not something we see a lot. We took their first swing and we held up, got the ball, and then we took our swing and we succeeded. And so now that took a little bit of the air out of their sails. Okay. They just struck on us. They've got to regain their focus. And as Coach Finn said, he was worried about how they'd get off the bus on long ride. He said he'd never taken a team this far.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, he said it's the furthest north that they've went as a club. Impressed with the facility, though, in the conversation I had with him before tonight's game. Loves the stadium, loves the community.
Well, it's a big-time environment. I mean, when these outsiders come from different areas of the state and they come to Wadsworth and they see the stands full, they see the concession lines are full on both ends, and they see that this is an atmosphere that you don't normally see in most programs until you get a couple rounds into the playoffs. And we're lucky enough, Mike, we get this every week.
Yeah, we do. It's a lot of fun. McNeil boots it away.
Oh, deep corner.
And that will be a touchback.
Very nice kick. That ball hit down around the 4 or 5 yard line and goes into the end zone. That's a really nice kick by Jack.
Lewis Justin would have nothing to do with that kickoff from McNeil, so now the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. And down 7-0 with 7:49 remaining here in the opening quarter. Again, the New Albany Eagles, part of the Ohio Capital Conference, just northeast of Columbus. Jade Hoovler under center.
Dive. Oh,
and nice job there by left side of that off defensive line as Jurors is stopped for no gain on the play. Actually, they're going to mark him for a loss of 1.
That was Bowden Ballinger. Bowden went right in there, read his key, went right up into that, and just met them where they were in the hole and stopped him for a yard loss. And as you said, he had a big game last week, 28 carries, 160-some yards. I don't recall off the top of my head the number, but he had a big game. So they're going to try and throw a little waggle here. He's in trouble.
In pressure, there's a block behind the back. It's going to be thrown in the backfield. 2 flags come in, and that one is going to push New Albany half the distance to the goal line, I would imagine.
Yeah, Dawson Mendel was honorary captain this week. He was the recipient of that flag. Good for him. Don't retaliate. Take the play, get up, bounce back to the huddle. Dawson's a great kid. He's not going to have any of that. That's why he was honorary captain, because that's the type of character he is. He took that hit. He knew he was going to gain 15. Just walk away. Helps the team.
Yeah, that's the key. You got to stay mentally disciplined in this football game. 2 physical teams going at it here tonight. Talk about that front 3 and Nathan Shipley, Colton Levitt, Anderson Tetzel.
Got some substitution issues going on with New Albany, and Coach Finn calls timeout. He looks a little frustrated over there on about the 25, trying to look like he was working some linemen in and out. They got some miscommunication. We got our first time out here the first quarter.
Let's talk about some of our scout players of the week, Kirk.
Oh, scout players of the week. This is great. I love that Coach Todd institutes this. So, scout player of the week this week on offense, we got Braden Sturka in the skill position, playing some quarterback. I'm sure he was trying to run this New Albany offense. We got Josh Garcia, the big skill down there on the offensive line for the offense. On defense, we got Adam Neville and Aiden Mysterix as the big players of the game last week. For Barberton, Bryson Hall, big game. Yeah. Gabe Ludke up front, big offensive lineman, got a lot of experience. On defense, Gavin Madigan, of course, and Jake Ernest, our 2 all-state performers there on the defensive side. Special teams, Jack McNeil taking over the kicking duties, and Noah Reese made a couple tackles on special teams. And the big hit of the week, Bowden Ballinger, he got the crunch, big hit of the week against Barberton.
Hoovler gives right side to number 26, that's Jet Jewers. Short gain on the play. That was 2nd and 21. That brings up 3rd down and 15 now for the Eagles. And again, a tough spot for Coach Brian Finn, deep in his own territory and facing a 3rd and 15 with not a potent passing game. Coach, do you see perhaps a screenplay here would be risky this deep in the field?
Well, I just don't. Their passing game is just not an integral part of their offense. The screen would be a nice play to try to catch us undisciplined. They're going to run the buck this way, buck sweep this way. They're going to try and get Jewers to the outside, and they do.
Jewers around the edge, and good enough for a first down, clean play. No flags on the turf at Art Wright. And so New Albany, the Eagles,
well, we knew they were going to get
first down.
We knew they were going to get some yards. I thought they were going to take that off tackle. They saw something, and Jewers bounced that out. And we had that edge. They had that edge sealed. Give them some credit on that play.
Number 5 out there leading the way. That's a great block by Grant Nelson, the fullback.
Did not expect that play call in that situation. Like you said, they're backed up 3rd down and really long. I see number 76, one of their linemen goes out, and he's hobbling a little bit. Looks like he's okay. They got a trainer looking at his foot.
Empty backfield now for Hoovler. He'll give the Jewers off the right side. He cuts it back into the inside, and is going to be met by...
Ball's loose.
Ball's loose. Is he down? Jacob Ernest on a big hit out there. Colton Levitt also on the hit. They're going to mark him down for a short gain, Kirk, of about 1.5, maybe 2.
That was a big hit. They got him wrapped up, and someone hit him up high, and they said he was down, but the ball did come out late.
So 2nd down and 7, gain of 3 on the play for Jet Jewers. He is in the backfield behind Hoovler. I'm sorry?
Dive
play, and that is Grant Nelson, I believe, on the carry. Ackerman on the carry.
Brad Watson made that play. He stepped in. Looks like Brad might be in for Bowden at the moment. I see number 23, but I don't see 35 at the moment. So maybe they're doing some rotational stuff.
Big 3rd down, money down for this Grizzly defense. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Receivers wide right and left. Back to passes. Hoovler has got a man complete. Stop is made, but not before a first down is made by the Eagle offense.
Number
Tommy
11
Hahn on coverage.
Yeah, you know what? He caught the ball, had to come back for it, but and Tommy was right there, but he made a nice spin move to the inside and dove and was able to get the first down. That was a big play for New Albany to get out of the shadow of the goal line.
So New Albany now got some rhythm offensively, a couple of first downs now for this Eagle offense.
I see Bowden on the bench, a couple players over there talking to him. Yeah, Trainer Todd is over there talking to him at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that.
I backfield now for the New Albany Eagles. Jewers, left side, cuts it up inside,
Ooh.
and he's met there by Calix Lemp.
Big hit, Limp.
Yeah, Lemp and Jacob Ernest there. Also there was 21, Jude Holler.
Jude was in there, and Calix came up quickly and laid it on him. They're going to give him 2 yards on that.
Second down and 8. And, you know, for New Albany, you got to feel pretty good in this drive. You've made a couple of key connections in the passing game.
Yeah, two third down conversions here. One of them very long.
High backfield, wing right.
They're going to throw it again.
Hoovler rolling to his right. Got a man, and it's incomplete.
I didn't say incomplete. He had number 88 wide open.
Yeah, he did.
The tight end about another 7 yards behind him. He was wide open.
Stoops on the coverage for the Grizzlies, and that'll bring up another third down, the third of this drive for New Albany.
3rd and 8. And right now, I don't know what they're going to do, Mike. I mean, they've thrown the ball 3 times in the first quarter. They only threw it 7 times the whole game last week, and less in their scrimmage against Hilliard. So I don't know what they're going to run. 3rd and 8.
Empty backfield, double wing set. Jet Jewers in motion. Give us to Jewers. Right side, he cuts it up. He's going to be stopped short of a first down. Stoops on the tackle over there along with Gavin Madigan. I think that'll bring up a 4th down and 3, and I would imagine Coach Finn will go for it here.
Yeah, they've crossed midfield. I would suspect the same, Mike. This is exactly what New Albany wants to do. They want to do the 3-yard in a cloud of dust. All the cliches you hear about a running offense, but they just want to keep wearing you down until you make that one slip, until you step out of the wrong assignment, and then boom, they're gonna put it on you.
Yeah, it's the wing tee, very methodical, wear you down offense, a lot of misdirection. Double wing formation now for Hoovler under center.
Look for another sweep.
Motion.
Coming this way,
Near
number
side,
3.
Around the edge. And he's going to be.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Tackled short.
I don't think he got it.
Down.
No,
It'll be
he's short.
Over on down.
He's short, Mike. That's a big stand for the Grizzlies right there. That defense was just not going to let him get to the edge. I'd love to see it.
Ryan Stoops with a big play for the Grizzly defense. Turnover on downs, and talking with Coach Finn last night about the London game, he talked about, look, when we turn it over on 4th down, he considers that a turnover. Here's the sweep, and a great play there by Stoops, but also when there's Jude Holler.
Yeah, number 10, Ryan Stoops. We've called his name already now several times tonight. He's having a big impact on this game. 1st
and 10 now from the 46-yard line of the Grizzlies. Bryson Hall, behind him is Cooper Gray. Levitt in motion, give us to Gray. Gray will be stopped at the line of scrimmage and will actually be marked for a loss on the play.
Yeah,
did the Eagles come quick?
Yeah, he got hit as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
Ackerman on the stop for New Albany.
Yeah, they're going to give him a loss of about 1 on that play.
McNeil split wide right. Left side looks like Lemp. Schmelzer in the slot. Hall back to throw. McNeil near side. Ball's up. Caught. First down.
That's a first
Wadsworth.
down. Big hit.
On the coverage, there was number 11. That is Avery Bastian, the 5'8", 160-pound junior for the Eagles.
Well, that was a great grab and stay in bounds on that play.
Yeah, I want to look at this again. It looks though he gets the ball at his highest point.
Yeah.
At Jack's highest point, he does. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line of the Eagles.
They blitzed right up the center.
In motion, flag on the play, and Madigan is hit at the line of scrimmage.
Loses
comes
the ball.
out, and it's recovered by New Albany.
There was a flag. It looks like that may go against the Grizzlies as well. Yeah, Madigan just got spun up. Same thing you saw with Cooper. They're sending a lot of folks in those gaps. Gavin got spun up, just like we had seen on the previous rush. And he's fighting for extra yards, and that ball gets punched out. And we had a couple Grizzlies there, but we couldn't get on it, and New Albany's going to take over. Oh, but they got a man down.
Yeah, we got a man down on the far sideline, about the 37-yard line for the Eagles.
Well, I think we can say with some confidence, Mike, we've seen 3 or 4 total rushes in the game, and we have very few yards to account for it.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of disrupting the run game.
Punch the ball out right there.
Of the Grizzlies shooting the gaps and getting penetration.
Hard to tell what
it looked
number
like
that was.
Bastion, I believe, created the fumble.
Number 30, that's Barr, one of their outside linebackers, and they're tending to his calf. I don't know, maybe a cramp. They're moving up towards the knee.
Yeah.
We hope that young man's okay. But he's their starting left outside linebacker. Yeah, the run game has been tough, and we suspected that. They're going to – New Albany had to establish something, and with their middle 3 and their linebackers, I know Monday night talking with Coach Todd, he felt like their 3 down linemen with their 2 inside linebackers were probably going to be the toughest he suspected that we were going to see in total for this season until we get to the playoffs, hopefully. He just said, look, they're talented. They're big. They're aggressive. They know what to do. And, number 30's limping off pretty.
For Barr, that doesn't look promising as he limps off the field for the Eagles. So Hoovler will come out, and the Eagles with life again with the ball at their own 34-yard line. The nose of it just short of the 34.
Some discussions going on with the offensive line. I think they're going to try and get their heads together on some of – they're sending a lot of people offensively.
Hoovler will roll right. Looking. And he'll be
overthrown.
Incomplete. Pass is intended there for number 12. That's Chase Jackson. Limp like on the coverage.
There's a hold on New Albany on the near side here. Going to back them up.
Boy, when you create a turnover, Kirk, and not only do you go incomplete on the first play after the turnover, you're penalized 10 yards for holding.
Yeah, that really hurts your momentum. I mean, you got that big turnover. We were driving, had the big first down on the pass play, and had gotten a little bit of excitement in the crowd, driving down inside the 30 and get the turnover. And
Jack Morgan wide right for the Eagles. I backfield. Hoovler under center. He's going to get the Jewers. Jewers is met by Jacob Ernest.
Jake Ernest stood him up and sat him down.
Suburban League Defensive Player of the Year right there, number 6, making a big stop for this Grizzly defense. Gain of 2. 2nd and 18 now for the New Albany Eagles.
See, putting them behind the sticks like this is just not where they want to be. Now, again, if we're not holding our assignments like we should be, there's going to be issues. But if we hold our assignments, 2nd and long, 3rd and long is absolutely not where this offense wants to be. Jewers going to the wide side. Back to pass.
Hoovler out in the flat. Pass is incomplete. Tommy Hahn on the coverage over there. Pass intended there for number 11. That's Avery Bastion.
You know, Mike, they did get a completion over there earlier. But other than that, there's been several passes that are off the mark. But he's gone back to it. I mean, they've thrown the ball 6 times. Like I said, 7 all last week I saw on film, and we got 6 here in the first quarter.
A long 3rd and 18 now facing Hoovler and New Albany. And this is coming off the turnover. Single set in the backfield, wing right, in motion, near side, give is to number 5. That's Grant Nelson. Well short of a first down, only a gain of about 1, 4th and 17.
Will Reese and Jake Ernest in on that stop. Will went in there, disrupted it. Jake came in and cleaned it up. It's going to be 4th and long.
Yeah, you've got to kick it if you're New Albany, will get the return unit on. McNeil and Tommy Hahn will be deep for the Grizzlies on the punt return. Ackerman will kick it away for New Albany.
And we'll get the Grizzly offense back out on the field, bounce back from that turnover. Hats off to the defense, Mike. You know, the turnover, they come out, 3 and out, get the ball back.
McNeil at the 34-yard line.
He signaled for a fair catch.
They'll mark it at the 35, where 13 seconds remain here, Kirk, in the opening quarter. The Grizzlies lead it 7-0.
I would think all in all, New Albany's got to feel pretty good about themselves. Gave up the 1 touchdown on our first possession. Got a turnover there on that second possession. They held the ball quite a bit. I'd say time of possession certainly is in their favor. They had a long drive. It didn't necessarily get a ton of yards on that second drive of theirs, but they did chew up a lot of clock, converted a couple third downs. 7-0, 13 seconds to go. Let's see what the Grizzlies decide to do in their offensive scheme. The pass has been working.
Maddox wide left. On the near side is McNeil. Cooper in the backfield to the left hip of Bryson Hall, and we've got a false start.
Those are the things we do not want to see.
1st and 15 now as the ball is marched back to the 30-yard line. Hall looking over the defense. He's going to give.
Here comes the counter.
Near side.
Gray's got room. He's got some room. Oh, crossed himself up, but he does pick up about 11, 16 yards on that carry.
I guess Cooper Gray good enough for a first down, and that will end their first quarter. They'll flip the field, and the Grizzlies will head to the north end zone as they lead it 7-0. And if you're Coach Finn, you got to feel pretty good about
I agree.
your team's performance thus far. You mentioned it, Kirk, a few minutes ago. They have controlled the line of scrimmage. They've controlled the clock. We've got really one big play.
Yeah, that's true. The one big play to Calix over the top. We had a nice reception down here. That's our first significant rush of the game. You know, Cooper and Gavin, neither one. They've each had a couple carries now. Look, I like that play there, the counter play, to slow them down a little bit. Maybe we'll see a couple screens to slow them down a little bit. Don't know. But I would say, to your point, Coach Finn has to feel really good. 7-0. Away from home. They did have possession for the majority of that first period. It's a tale of two offenses, really. We want to strike. We want to get the ball moving, a lot of plays, get it to our playmakers. They don't. They want to be run the clock down, as you said early in the game, the play clock, run it down, and just run and run and run. Interestingly enough, though, they've thrown a lot of incompletions, which kill the clock.
Yeah.
So, we'll have to see if he reevaluates that passing game. But he did indicate to you that, hey, we do have a passing game. They're at least trying.
Yeah, he did. And I think you've got to make those attempts because you can't just rely on the run 100% against a defensive unit like the Grizzlies. You got to keep them guessing from time to time. As we get ready to start the second quarter, ball is at the 47-yard line of the Grizzlies. Lemp will be wide to the left on the near side. Lemp to the right. Near side is McNeil. Cooper Gray in the backfield. Levitt in motion. Hall surveys the defense.
Fake.
Hall back to pass.
He's got pass. There he is.
Got a
He's
man.
open.
Lemp. Oh! Nice play there by number 27, Amari Jones.
Very nice play.
5'10", 165-pound junior defensive back. Nice job getting in there and creating separation between Lemp and the football.
That was a strike, and that hit Calix, and that was a great play by that defensive back to just rake through the arms of Calix. Good play on their end.
2nd down and 10. Levitt in motion. This time to the right side. Got a man. It's McNeil, I believe, on that far sideline. Good enough for a first down.
Yeah, number 14, Jack McNeil, going to move the sticks. Pickup of about 11.
And again, that's just a quick out. And it's almost a timing route.
I was going to say that, Mike. You're exactly right. It looked like a little timing route. As soon as Jack got his head around, that ball was in his hands. Bryson came up. I wouldn't even call that a three-step drop. He came up. As soon as he snapped the ball, he didn't even hardly fake it to his back and just released that. Nice strike. First down.
Schmelzer in motion. Hall back to throw. He's looking right. Underneath, it is to Cooper
Screen.
Gray.
He needs to beat one man. Get upfield. Stays on his feet down inside the 20.
Cooper Gray to the 18-yard line. And we
Big
talked about it between the quarters about going to a screenplay, and Coach Todd must have a bug up in the booth because he runs the screen, 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line.
Pickup of about 23 on that reception.
We've lost video up here in the booth, so our replay may not be possible. Cooper Gray in the backfield.
We're in the Grizzly red zone, wide open.
Schmelzer inside the 10, dropped at about the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for the Grizzlies.
They're going to run quickly. We're getting quickly up to the line. We're going to stay with this package.
2 receivers to the left. Hall surveys that Eagle defense. Looking at the north end zone.
Boom, Cooper up the middle. Falls forward, but not for much.
Cooper will get a gain of about 2 on the play. They'll mark it at the 3-yard line. Here comes the big package. The tank, Gavin Madigan. Jacob Ernest checking in. Also checking in is Anderson Tetzel on that offensive line. He'll go to right tackle.
Yeah, Gavin Britt, he jogs off. Looks like there's going to be a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like
there's a man down for New Albany. Looks like number 22, one of their defensive backs.
That's Carson Skinner.
That's their other outside linebacker. They're already down Barr, number 30. We saw him limp off pretty strong limp earlier. I don't know if he's come back in yet. I haven't identified that. But now their other outside linebacker is down, and they're tending to him.
We'll see if we can get a look at it, if it's possible, on Skinner going down. But the Grizzlies coming out of the quarter break with the football at the 47-yard line, put together a great drive. It's 2nd and goal from the 4. And this is a statement drive, Kirk.
It absolutely is, because as we said, New Albany, even though they were down 7-0, they had to feel really good about their place in this game. They controlled the first quarter. They had a lot of possession. They moved the ball a little bit. They did go to their passing game a little more than what we expected and didn't have a lot of success. And maybe that's the thing that's held them back in that first period. But this is a statement drive. We're coming out with our heavy package. You got Tetzel at right tackle. Yep. Gavin Britton steps out, but we're going to go heavy to that side. You see Jake Ernest and Colton Levitt behind Tetzel. I'd be surprised if we didn't go something to that side. Gavin crossed him up.
Madigan
he sniffed it. Touchdown. Gavin Madigan. He just kept dancing and juking and just found his way into the end zone, Mike.
Yeah, the tank would not be denied.
No.
Touchdown Wadsworth, 13-0.
Well, we saw a little bit of lightning in 26, and there's our thunder right there. Number 2, Gavin Madigan. You're right, the tank. He just took that in there. It's so valuable that we've got, Cooper and Gavin doing different things, different styles, and they complement each other so well. And they're such good guys, good buddies, good teammates. And Grizzlies 14-0, Mike.
That kick was actually tipped at the line of scrimmage, but it finds its way through the uprights. And it, as Kirk just said, 14-0, and there's the tank. Juki left, right, powering into the end zone.
Yeah, he did some fancy footwork in there. Once he got inside the 2-yard line, he was just trying to sniff it out and get in there, and he did, standing up.
There to meet him was Jordan Jones in the end zone. And, we talked about this last week. Colton Levitt and Bryson Bump, they scored touchdowns against Barberton. These guys are happy for those guys that find the end zone. This is such a family unit.
It is. It's such a tight group. You see down there now, you can't see it from the video, but I see Gavin Britton is talking to Cooper. Cooper's talking to Gabe Lutke and Merritt. The linemen are talking to the backs. What did you see? Hey, hold that guy off. I'm coming. You don't know what the conversations they're having back there, but like you said, when JJ meets Gavin in the end zone to celebrate, the linemen are celebrating with the guys that brought them home. Yeah. And I love it. I love the interaction between our skill and our linemen, because you always hear about the linemen don't get any credit. There's a lot of love for the linemen in Wadsworth.
Oh, absolutely there is.
Let's run them down. Let's go left to right. You got J.J. Jones.
Yeah.
You got Gabe Lutke, Merritt Fortner, the young buck Carter Raymond. Oh, that ball hits and skips.
Jewers will pick it up at the 8-yard line. He's in trouble, and he'll be swallowed up at the 18, perhaps. He does not get to the 20.
Well, let me reset. We got Jordan Jones, JJ, Gabe Ludke, Merritt Fortner, Carter Raymond, and Gavin Britton. And then we saw Tetzel go in there in the heavy package there. And again, he's a rotational guy that starts on the defensive line here, but we're going to see him rotate in. There he is, number 66. We can see him walking out there. He's going to play on this side of the defensive line consistently. They love each other. They really, really do.
Brad Watson in at linebacker for Bowden Bollinger, still out. Single set backfield, double wing in motion now near side.
Sweep this way.
Give.
Not a lot of running.
Nice open field tackle there by number 2, Gavin Madigan. The Tank, his presence felt on the turf at Art Wright.
That was a really, really nice pickup for them overall, but boy, Gavin came in there and said no more.
Good gain on first down, a gain of 6, second down and 4.
I think this is a very important series for New Albany. Not make or break necessarily, but they need to control this clock. They need to move the ball, and they need to try to get on the scoreboard.
Double wing set. Hoofler under center.
Dive.
Give up the middle, and it looks like...
Yeah, he's going to get the first down. He picked up about 6.
Okay, Jensen was the ball carrier. Lewis Justin. Good enough for a first down for the Eagles.
Yeah, I saw Bowden with his leg wrapped down there. He was walking around. He was up, but he did have something wrapped around. It looked like his left leg. Maybe just a precaution right now. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But we got Brad Watson in there, senior. He's played a lot of football. He started some games last year. You can see Bowden down there. He doesn't have his helmet.
Tight formation.
Sweep to the other side.
Justin left side on the sweep.
Oh,
as
he gets stood up.
Yeah, but they're getting 3-4 yards at a pop now, Kirk.
Yeah, they're trying to spread us wide a little bit. Coach Probst is going to have to see that they've started to come out in this series and go to the edge, whereas before we were seeing a lot of diving off tackle. Now they're trying to get us a little bit wider, get us moving, and they're trying to find a gap with their backs, and they've had some success so far. First down and then 4 yards there on that first down carry.
Gain of 4 by Lewis Justin. Second down and 6 now for Hoofler and the Eagles. Heavy left side, they'll give
tackle.
left side. That's Jewers caught in the backfield. On the stop there is number 23.
Yeah, it's a big stop.
Brad Watson.
Jake came in there late. Big knifing through by Brad Watson. He saw that. He knifed right through there, and that's what Brad does. I mean, Brad is tough and just he wants to get in your face and just get those snot bubbles going, man. I mean, that's what Brad Watson's all about. And he knifed through there, and then Jake, when you've got somebody playing on your side like Jake Ernest, you can just cut loose.
Third down and 8.
Sweep this way. Oh, they're going deep. Oh, he's in trouble now.
And
what a great play. Ryan Stoops. What a great play by Ryan Stoops. I love it, Mike.
We're going to take another look at this because Stoops does a great job. He fends off the block, gets in there, and makes another tackle for a loss.
That's the play of the game so far. He stood this blocker up and ran him right back in. Look at that.
Yes, he did. He played that textbook perfectly.
Oh, you got to love it, Mike. That is Grizzly.
It.
Yeah, he does. That's Grizzly football right there. He just demolished that play.
Well coached, well played. Ackerman to kick it away. Back deep is McNeil for the Grizzlies. Kick is up. McNeil will let it roll wisely. No, he'll jump on it. And the ball will be down and marked at the 13-yard line. 6:26 remaining in the opening half. Grizzlies up 14-0. If you're just joining us, Mike Elkins along with Kirk Gray in a matchup between the Grizzlies and the Eagles of New Albany High School down around the Columbus area.
Okay, this is an important series for both teams. New Albany wasn't able to take advantage of that series, and now the Grizzlies are backed up a bit. But the New Albany defense has played a lot of snaps.
Lamp in motion. They'll give it to Lemp. He's going to be stopped in the backfield for a big loss. On the stop there is Michael Igwe, 6 foot, 215-pound senior.
Yeah, going to be a loss of about 8. They're going to put him down to 6, so they're going to a loss of 7.
Yeah, 2nd and 17, a long second down conversion now. Of course, you don't need it all at once.
Number 8 got up the field very quickly, and Gavin Britton was just trying to ride him wide, and Calix just wasn't able to get by him or get underneath.
Hall will throw. Little bubble screen
Schmelzer.
near side. Schmelzer.
Oh, he's got
breaks
room
his
now.
tackle. Here he goes. Schmelzer to the 25.
Oh.
One guy to beat, and he's dropped at the 31-yard line. Good enough for a first down, Wadsworth.
That was a big tackle by Howard. He didn't give up on the play. Came up and got Kyle down, because if not, Kyle is off to the races.
Yeah,
big
great
gainer.
block there by Mendel.
Yeah, 52 didn't give up on the play. And the Grizzlies are in business now. They've got a little breathing room on the 31-yard line.
Dawson Mendel with a great block to spring the screen. Ball is bobbled.
Bobbled twice.
Bryson Hall loses it, picks it up, and he will recover. Let's see where they mark it. That was
Wow.
fortunate bounce for the Grizzlies. A high snap. I think Bryson maybe had trouble handling it. Take another look at it. Nope, perfect snap.
Oh, he bobbled it as he was making the exchange, just kept chasing it and picks up 9 yards.
2nd down and 3.
Okay, picked up 7.
4:49 remaining, opening half.
This is a good down right here. Good play for us. 2nd and 3.
Cooper Gray in the backfield, motion near side. That's Lemp.
A lot of playbook to work with right here. Fake it.
Hall will look.
He steps up.
Steps up in the pocket, got time
gonna
now.
run.
He's got to run it, and he'll be tackled for no gain on the play. Well,
Had some pretty good protection. He stepped up underneath it, but he just couldn't find anybody. And wisely said, I'm just going to take off. And, okay, they rotate. Gavin's rotated back in on 3rd and 3.
well, yeah, Kirk, that was good coverage by the secondary, but I want to look at the body language of the Eagles right now. They look tired.
Yeah.
I mean, they are really gasping for breath. Here we go, 3rd down and 3 now. Cooper Gray, nope, Gavin Madigan in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side. Give us to Madigan. He'll bounce it, pound it, bounce it, drive. The tank is rolling to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, he's going to pick up about 10 yards on that carry.
We'll see where they mark it. They'll mark it at the 47-yard line.
9 yards.
1st and 10.
9-yard carry. Very nice on a 3rd and 3. We really needed it.
Why not? Give it to Madigan again, left side.
Ooh.
Off the hip of that left guard, keeps his feet turning. The tank is rolling on the turf. A gain of 8.
Gain of 8. And here comes Ernest and Cooper.
Madigan will step out. Colton will come to the sideline.
Whenever I see Jake Ernest in here, I think it's going to be a power play of some type. And having him leading whoever gets the ball.
Signals come in from that sideline.
Oh, wow. We're going to split Jake out.
We're going to go. Jake is split to the left side. Cooper Gray in the backfield behind Hall.
2nd and 2.
Hall
Picks up the
looking.
block.
Got a man over the middle. It's Limp, intended receiver. Ball is thrown high and behind him. Wonder if it was a miscommunication on the route. Limp had his man beat. 3rd down and 2 now. Madigan checks back in.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. McNeil comes out.
Tetzel's at the right tackle now. This is 4-down territory for Wadsworth.
Yeah.
Give us to Madigan up the middle, lowers his head, and he may get enough for a first down.
I believe he did.
The far
I believe he did.
side judge.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
They're waving these sticks to the north end zone. So
Pick up of 3.
Madigan doing yeoman's work on that play.
Yeah,
He's got a bloody nose. That's football right there.
But he's played a lot of defense as well and made a lot of plays defensively as well. So they rotate Cooper back in there. Jake stays in at the H. Yeah, and they've moved Tetzel in at the right tackle, it looks like, for the time being.
McNeil on the near side, Limp wide right.
Cooper right up the middle. Oh! Got tripped up. Gain of about 7.
Cody Downs on the stop for the Eagles, but not before a gain, as Kirk just said, of about 7, bringing up a 2nd down and 4, gain of 6 they'll give him.
Someone just got his foot, it looked like, and tripped him up. He was leaning forward. He wanted more. Okay.
Luke Maddox wide right.
Ernest is still in.
Near side is going to be Lemp. Ernest in motion. Give is to Gray, left side.
Go.
Nice block.
Forget it. That's a touchdown, Cooper Gray. Let's ring it up, folks. Touchdown, Cooper Gray. That's a big touchdown run, 37-yard touchdown run by Cooper Gray.
And let's take a look. We'll take another look at this.
Those blocks up front.
There's a great block up front on the left side.
And I love seeing Cooper go to the lineman. Who is it?
This right here, this block right there, that sprung him.
I think that's Carter Raymond again, and Cooper's running between people, Mike. He just says, I'm not going to be denied. I smell that end zone.
Schmelter with the hold. The kick is up.
And good.
McNeil splits the upright. 21-0. Your Grizzlies over New Albany with 1:35 left in the half.
Mike, that was well designed. I think a lot of it has to do with something you said earlier. They were starting to get tired. And if you could see that play call, Coach Steiner, Coach Todd, we're really starting to lean on them. Let's just put it to them.
Look at the kick-out block there by Jacob Ernest.
Oh, outstanding block. This is textbook football. Look at Carter Raymond. Got a block on the edge by Calix to hold up that cornerback, and Cooper just runs right by the safety.
Yeah, Calix just got enough of that kid to slow him down, and sometimes, Kirk, that's all you got to do.
That's all you got to do, because they've got to change directions. Cooper's going one way, and they've got their hips the other way. Calix getting just a piece of him allowed that, but Carter Raymond out in front. You saw Cooper kind of get his hand on him, old school style, but you're right, that kick-out block by Jake Ernest, he put him in another time zone over here, and that was great textbook football. That's how you draw it up right there.
Folks, I will not apologize for Kirk's excitement up here in the booth.
I love
That's
football.
a lot of fun.
I love the Grizzlies. I love Coach Todd, and this whole program is just it's so much fun when it starts clicking. And every week it's like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do this week? These guys are all business. They all dressed today. They all put on their warm-ups, their travel gear. Everybody looked the same. It was all business for this trip.
McNeil puts it away. It's at the 6-yard line.
Ooh, nice hit.
Judson on the return.
Number 13. That's a big lick coming in there.
Yeah, that is Braden Deshazi.
Yeah. He's jogging a little bit. I think he took one on the shin. But he's going to stay in there. I think maybe for Gavin with that bloody nose, they were trying to clean. No, Gavin's out there. I apologize. That's Gavin's out there. Here comes Calix.
Yep, Calix is going to come in.
I love that Deshazi's getting some reps. I know we had a couple guys last week late in the first half, got some reps that we don't see a lot of, but we got to develop those younger guys, and Deshazi made some plays.
Power I backfield, I beg your pardon.
Tall sweep. Can Jewers get to the edge? Oh, he got hung up.
He does, and he'll get enough for a first down. He'll be dragged out on the far sideline by Tommy Hahn.
Yeah, he's got some speed. He really does. I mean, they noted that. We've talked a lot about the team speed that Wadsworth has, but Jewers really does have some really nice speed.
And, he's running behind a couple of good guards up there who are great athletes themselves, and Hunter Howard and Michael Ryan of New Albany.
80 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, you know that New Albany wants to get this ball in the end zone, not go into halftime down by 3 scores.
And as we saw, the Grizzlies get the ball to open the second half.
Yes.
I don't know who deferred, who did what, but we kicked off, so we're going to receive the ball in the second half, and they've got to call their final not their final timeout. They got one more.
Let's see, that is their second call timeout. They have one left. I think it was a play clock issue, Kirk. The play clock running down, and Wadsworth with a big strike early in this football game with a 47-yard bomb to Calix Lemp, put the Grizzlies up 7-0. Then the New Albany Eagles tightened down their defense for the rest of that first quarter, but unable to hold this Grizzly offense in the second quarter as they put 14 points on the board.
Right, you said very early. I think there was 10 minutes on the clock when Gavin danced into the end zone there. So early in the second period, we got one. We've held them again. We got the ball. We got backed up deep. We worked it back. And had a nice couple nice plays. But as you mentioned, and I think that's what we need to see here, is they've played a lot of defense. And you can see they were starting to get a little gas, a little tired. They play a lot of defensive snaps. And I think our offensive staff saw that, started leaning on them with the power game, Jake Ernest, a lot of Gavin Madigan, and then Cooper Gray comes in with some lightning, and they just couldn't do much with it. Oh, a little pass here.
Hoofler going to throw deep. He's got a man open, and it's caught at the 25-yard line.
No, incomplete.
Incomplete. Pass was intended for Chase Jackson.
Yeah, it hit the ground.
He put it on the money, it looked like.
That was exactly where it needed to be. It looked like he hauled it in, but I think he lost it when he went to the ground.
Hoofler gets really good protection.
He dropped way deep.
Nice ball, put it on the money, and doesn't haul it in.
Yeah, dropped it as he went to the ground.
Yeah, those are moments in film where you go, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Mm-hmm.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10 with 1:12 remaining. High backfield, wing on the left.
Tall sweep
left.
to the short side again.
This is yours, and a big gain. He is so quick.
Yeah, he really, on that one you saw, he really got his shoulders turned quickly and started getting north and south and picked up about 6 yards there.
The problem is for this Eagles offense is when you run the football, that clock continues to run.
Yeah,
approaching 40 seconds. Give us the Jewers left side, and he'll be stopped.
But you see the difference there. He got the ball, had to make a misdirection there before he got to the line of scrimmage, slowed him down a bit, and he wasn't able to get those jets. Wasn't able to get his jets going, and only got about a yard on that one.
That forces New Albany to call a timeout.
Grizzlies. He's saying
Grizzlies. Grizzlies call a timeout with 36 seconds remaining. It is 4th down and 2, and this is a good timeout because
I agree.
I think what he's going to remind these guys is, hey, don't get caught sleeping here. Don't get caught looking in the backfield. Play your position. Read your keys. Don't get beat deep.
Right. He's reiterating to them right now, assignment. Be disciplined, assignment. First down's one thing. We don't want to give up a big play here with 30 seconds to go. We're not conceding anything, but your assignment. Stay on your assignments. Do what you're supposed to do. And it looks like they're going to punt it away. This is the fake. This is a place where, like you said earlier, you want to watch out because last week Barberton did draw one up.
Kick is away. Fair catch signaled for by McNeil. I'm sorry, that's Tommy Hahn, and he falls on it.
Kind of slipped through, but he fell right on it.
All right, Coach, you got 27 seconds. You've got an explosive offense. Do you take a knee?
No.
Or you take a chance?
Oh, no, I think right here we might see three passes, and I think we're going to go deep at least once.
I would agree.
Because we get the ball. We're going to go 27 seconds. We're going to go take a big break, and then we're going to get the ball again.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Coach Todd, I know how aggressive he is. I know how aggressive his staff is. I know how much they believe in these kids. He's drawing it up right here. They want a big hitter.
That big, experienced offensive line in front of Bryson Hall and Cooper Gray.
Heavy to the right side.
Lemp wide to the right. Lemp in motion. Hall looking. He's got a wide open Cooper Gray on the near sideline to the 40. To
Get
the
out of
45.
bounds. Get out of bounds. That's it.
Out of bounds.
Look at that.
Well, that's a great play design because Cooper just sneaks out of the backfield off the left side and he's uncovered. Everyone thinks we're going deep.
30-yard pickup there, Mike, on that throwback. That was an excellent time for that because, like we said, we want to go for it. And he did. Cooper got what he was. He was tiptoeing and steps out of bounds, stops the clock, moved the chains, and we're ready to go.
Maddox to the near side. Motion. Schmelzer. Hall looking. Got a man. It's Cooper Gray again.
He's still running.
Cooper.
He's still running, Mike. He's going to go, Mike. He's going to go, Mike. Touchdown, Cooper Gray. Are you kidding me? He would not be denied. He spun. He kicked. He kept going, Mike.
When lightning hits, it hits hard, and it won't stop. Cooper Gray on 2 terrific football plays.
They went right back to it, Mike. That's unbelievable.
Same play.
I never in my wildest would I expected him to go right back to that play, but he did. And, boy, pay dirt, 28-0, and we get the ball coming out.
We score in 20 seconds. 20 seconds after the fair catch on the punt, McNeil puts it through,
Boom.
and it is 28-0 Grizzlies. How about that?
The Grizzlies have really gotten into their stride. No
Watch
pun.
this. I watch it. He's wide open, but it's the yards after contact, trying to strip the ball. He's holding onto the ball,
Never
and he
stripped
just
out. He just kept
strips out,
going.
and he just keeps turning. It's lightning. It's lightning, folks. It struck, and it struck hard.
Pay dirt. That was unbelievable.
Nobody's out there in the flat to cover him.
Yeah. The move right there, he's going for the ball, and Cooper's just no. And then 44 tries to push him, and Cooper says no. And
yeah, Avery Bastian was there trying to strip the ball. Braden Helms trying to make the tackle, and Cooper Gray would not be denied, Kirk.
no, what a play. I can't believe they went back to it. I'm still shaking my head that they went right. I can hear him in the head. Let's do it again. Coach Steiner there, they're all happy the offensive staff is coming by.
Just look at, he just keeps that left foot just inside.
Oh, yeah, there's green.
Yep.
There's green. Oh, yeah. I love the replay by our production group. Caught it on the 10. He's picking
on
his way.
On the 10,
he's
up the middle. He's got a seam. He's going to be
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. But, boy, what
That's
a nice job. That will do it for the half as the Grizzlies, with an impressive showing against New Albany Eagles, lead it 28-0. Coach Todd has got to feel absolutely fantastic about what his kids have done, especially the last 27 seconds of this half.
We get the ball and we said that. We scored, and you said, hey, what do you think? I said, you know what? I think the aggressiveness of the staff, the belief they have in these kids to execute what they want to do, I think we're going to go for it. And then you see Calix's big touchdown there. Watch Gavin the Thunder actually using some tight roping right there and just dances his way in. I love it. And like you said, there's the offensive lineman all there just coming to him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's celebrate as a team because it is a team effort. Here's the third touchdown. This is
big block. Boom.
This is Cooper Gray.
I love the setup. Cooper stepped to the inside, set up the block, and went on the outside. Great block by Carter Raymond.
Gray with 2 touchdowns here in the opening half. And this is
catch.
The 52-yard touchdown catch and run.
You know what? I'm going to attribute those hands that right there. They weren't able to get that ball away from him because he's got 3 older brothers that took everything away from him when he was little. And he learned to hold on to things like that.
Folks, we hope you've had as much fun as we have here in the opening half. We're going to step aside and enjoy the New Albany Eagles marching band, followed by the Wadsworth Grizzly marching band. We'll be back after halftime.
Full-time teaching in 1991 at Valley View Elementary and CIS until 2007. She started ticket sales when Bob started announcing games and doing theater from 95 to 2018 for 24 years. Then moved to the press box as Bob's spotter for 6 years. She also worked as Bob's assistant, typing
and announcer scripts for the last 25 years. Bob and Carolyn Schoonover are joined tonight on the field by their son Mark and his wife Kate Schoonover, their daughter Katie and her husband Greg McKenzie, and 4 of their 5 of their grandchildren, Piper and Landon Schoonover, and Sadie and Paige McKenzie. Wadsworth City Schools would like to thank Bob and Carolyn Schoonover for 75 years of combined service to the Wadsworth City Schools. Please join us in celebration as Dr. Vincent Suber, high school principal, and Steve Moore, assistant superintendent, present Bob and Carolyn a plaque honoring their service and gifts from both the band and athletic programs. Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight, the New Albany High School Band showcases how great it is to have have wonderful friends. The band will kick off the halftime show with a friendly trip back to the 1990s when a new TV show featuring characters named Rachel, Monica, Phoebe, Ross, Joey, and Chandler took over the airwaves for about 12 years. If you're old enough to remember the show Friends, then you're old enough to sing along.
Bonus points for everyone who remembers where to clap. Here's I'll Be There For You. Sung by a big blue genie in the movie Aladdin. Our Eagle Guard will be featured in a special routine in the front of the field, busting moves that will add to the Broadway vibe of the classic Disney song, Friend Like Me. From the New Albany Marching Band tonight will be We're All in This Together from the 2006 hit movie High School Musical. This show was full of great music and great performances from a cast of young people working to make it big in the show business. It's an uplifting anthem for friendship, acceptance, teamwork, chasing dreams, and togetherness.
entering the field for 2025-2026 Wadsworth Grizzlies marching band. Leading the band on the field are drum majors Aaron Wilson, Gracie Gale, and Becca Nichols. The band is directed by Dana Heyer and assisted by construction instructor is Brian Lee, and construction arranger and tech is David Shelton. The national loader is Jessica Fulton of the Pearl Garden Company. Originally recorded by Gloria Jones in 1964 and covered in 1981. Get ready to embrace the darker side of romance as the Wadsworth High School Marching Band presents our rendition of Foxtel's iconic Ancient Love. Released in 1978, Propaganda recorded by Derek Henry, inspired by a conversation at the Propaganda Hotel in Rio de Janeiro. The track was Hanover's first film signal for a single he wrote or co-wrote. Additionally, the song was Hanover's first and only Grammy Award. Featuring senior color guard captain Jenna Hutchinson and Joseph Couture. This is Copacabana.
welcome back to the press box here at Art Wright Stadium. As hope you enjoyed the halftime show. The New Albany Eagles marching band, the Wadsworth Grizzlies, always put on a great show, does Wadsworth. We'll go over some numbers here in the first half. Rushing yards, we'll start with New Albany. 89 yards on the ground for the Eagles. Only 6 passing yards, 95 yards of total offense. 4 first downs, penalized 4 times for 41 yards. Leading rusher for New Albany is Jet Jewers, 14 carries for 67 yards. Hoover was 1 of 4 for 6 yards. And Morgan, the leading receiver for the Eagles, 1 reception, 4 yards. For Wadsworth, it has been total domination. 108 yards on the ground, 244 yards through the air, 342 total yards in the first half for Wadsworth. 9 first downs. They've been penalized 2 times for 20 yards. They lost the ball once in the second quarter. That was Gavin Madigan, unfortunately, on that fumble. Bryson Hall, no interceptions. Rushing leader, Cooper Gray, 5 carries for 62 yards as Coach Todd leaves the locker room and walks to that south end zone, encouraging his Grizzlies. Gray again, 5 carries, 62 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground. Hall, 8 of 11, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns. And leading receiver for the Grizzlies, Cooper Gray, who's doing it all tonight, 3 receptions, 100 yards, and 1 touchdown. And a lot of those are yards after contact, Kirk.
Yeah, I think everybody is still maybe talking about that last reception or the last touchdown there. Half the stadium screaming, get out of bounds. You and I are screaming, go, go, go. There was a lot of contact there. A couple times he could have gotten knocked out. He didn't. He stayed on his feet, took it to the end zone. You know, Gavin Madigan has been the workhorse in the middle, in that early to middle second period. A lot of carries, just pounding on this defense. You noted it. Their defense seemed to be getting worn out. You bring in some heavy packages with Tetzel as an extra offensive lineman, Jake Ernest, and then, of course, you pound them with Gavin, gashing them for 5, 6, 7 yards a carry. And then you bring in the Lightning. The Thunder, the Lightning, you bring in the Lightning, and Cooper hits one. Great block out in front by Carter Raymond. Then we saw a block down here on the edge by Calix that gives Cooper just enough room to spring that. Everybody's contributing. Calix with a big, long touchdown early in the game to get the scoring started. Again, just like we said last week, a lot of people involved. We've had Jack McNeil with some receptions. Luke Maddox opened the game with a reception. We saw a big reception by Kyle Smeltzer, making some waves in there. So, again, a lot of contributions by a lot of people. And this defense has been tight. They've gained some yards, Mike, but they really, you say bend but don't break. We've been a little bit. They've made a couple plays, but, man, I tell you what, we've played good assignment football. We see that Bowden doesn't have his helmet, but Brad Watson has stepped in. Ryan Stoops and Gavin Madigan, to me, have been the 2 players on defense that have kind of stood out a little bit. Ryan Stoops, we called his name a number of times, making some big plays on defense, and Gavin is everywhere. I can't say enough about Gavin, especially defensively tonight. He has, and Coach Finn said that for New Albany. He says, I don't know what to do about number 2.
Yeah, I mean, he said number 2 seemed to be like on the PA every offensive play for the Eagles last year down in New Albany, and he was a huge concern, Gavin Madigan, for Coach Finn and the Eagles in terms of how do you neutralize this guy on defense, because he just has a nose for the football, and not only does he have a nose for it, it's been bloodied in the first half.
Yep.
And so we're about ready to get underway here, and this is a critical series coming out of halftime for the Eagles, because the Grizzlies scored in 20 seconds at the end of that first half, Kirk, lead it 28-0, a touchdown here or a field goal, we're into a running clock situation, which makes it so much more difficult here for the Eagles in an offense that is not known for passing.
No, you know, the Grizzlies, you know, they're in a good spot, and we knew this. We knew they were going to get the ball coming out. They score. They go in and get a drink, get a break, talk. Coach Todd tells them what he wants to see out of this second half. They have their staff meetings, offense and defense, and we're going to get the ball back and say, let's go do it again. So let's see what happens here as we start this third period. This is really, really, really a big series for the Grizzlies to try and put this game away, like you said.
So Jake Hoovler, the quarterback, also does the kicking for this Eagles team. He tees it up on the near hash at the 40-yard line, and we are just about to get this second half underway. Kick is up and away.
It's going to be Will Reese, it looks like.
Reese gets it at about the 12-yard line. He'll turn it upfield and stop at the 30. on the near sideline. And
I see a flag on the 40, Mike.
Kirk, at halftime, we had word of all the chat that's taking place on the live feed. Kirk's got a lot of fans, folks. Keep the comments coming.
Yeah.
We love them.
We do, and we love that the people that aren't able to make it out to Art Wright. It's a wonderful night for football. It's cool. They're going to back the Grizzlies up deep. But if you're able to watch it at home, we really appreciate you guys watching it at home, supporting WCTV, supporting the Grizzlies, supporting our sponsors, the people that help the program so much. I'm going to get to that in a minute. We had a big sponsor for the team dinner yesterday.
Sophomore Bryson Hall, 244 yards passing in the first half. He'll give. This is Madigan off the left side.
Nice
he skips
move
to the left, and he gets outside for a big gain on first down. Kirk brings up second and short, and we've talked about it numerous times in the first half. Opens up the playbook here big time, 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it really does. When you get in second and short, that's the down where the whole playbook is available to you. You can go short passing game. You can take a shot, or you can just draw up one of your inside traps, one of your off tackles. Especially with Gavin in there, all you need is 3. You tell Gavin you need 3, he's going to get 4. You tell him he needs 4, he's going to get 34.
Jalen King wide right in this offense to start the third quarter. Give us to Madigan. Nice tackle there by the Eagles, number 8. What a terrific play by Michael Igwe.
Igwe has made some plays tonight. He's been disruption in that backfield. If you remember early on, we tried to run a deep back here. Calix running a jet, and he blew that up off that side. Igwe's been on some plays tonight.
Yeah, he's had a good football game defensively. Unfortunately, the Eagles unable to get anything on the board as a Wadsworth defense has been stingy all night long. And this will be a timeout. Coach Todd will call a timeout as the play clock runs down. 10:38 as you see on your screen. Remaining third quarter, Grizzlies up 28-0. What do you tell the Grizzlies at halftime? Same question, Coach, for your Coach Finn and the Eagles. You're down 28-0. I don't think the Eagles thought it would be 28-0.
No, I think all the information we were getting from down south was they didn't think they played sharp last week, but they knew they had the ability to, and they really thought that was what they were going to bring here. Very businesslike, the environment, they were embracing it all, and they really thought they were going to bring it to the Grizzlies. And I do not think at all that this is what they expected.
3rd down and 3 as they come out of the timeout. Dawson Mendel in the slot to the right. Gavin Madigan in the backfield. Give us the Madigan up the middle, and he'll be pulled down. He's going to be close to a first down, and that play designed just to get you enough for a first down. They'll move the sticks.
I tell you what, Gavin made a decision there. That play was designed to go right. He saw a seam just to his left, right behind Merritt Fortner, right off the inside of Gabe Ludke there at the left guard. And he took it and was able to get. I told you he needed 3. He got 4, 3.5, 4 was enough to move the sticks, and the Grizzlies reset and getting the play in. You see Dawson, Jalen.
Play clock under 10 now. Jalen coming to the near side with Calix Lemp in the slot near side. Play clock down to 2. Lemp on the jet sweep, cuts it up, will be cut down. No gain on the play. We've got a flag on the play. Holding is a preliminary call.
Yeah, holding on the Grizzlies. That play didn't come off real clean, Mike. It was. I know what they were trying to do. The formation looked a little bit off. Not one of our standard formations. I know we're trying to go heavy on that side, but just didn't look like one of our standard formations. And we've got another Eagle down. Number 22 is really struggling. They're telling him to stay down.
Yeah, 22.
Skinner, he was hurt.
He was hurt earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's on a knee there at the 29, and they're tending to him once again. He is really looks like he's really taken a beating so far in this game, and it has been physical. But it was New Albany that kept talking about being physical and being physical. We want to believe the Grizzlies, that's just how we step off the bus, is let's be physical. That's a given. New Albany was talking about physicality. We're going to come be physical. We want to be the bully. We want to take it to Wadsworth. But the results so far on the scoreboard and in some of the things we've seen, we've seen some new Albany players, and you hate to see it. You know, I'm always asking for a clean game on both sides. You don't want any of these kids getting hurt. You don't want to see that. But the physicality has been to the advantage of Wadsworth's side so far in this game.
Well, they've definitely controlled the line of scrimmage. You got to give New Albany credit, however, in that first quarter when they did a nice job of playing between the 20s and killing the clock until that Wadsworth offense got rolling. Hall being flushed out of the pocket, rolling to the left.
Look at that.
He's got a man over the middle, and that is Colton Levitt.
Driving his legs. Oh, that's going to be a big gainer, just about a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, that is a great play and great patience by the young sophomore quarterback, Hall.
Pickup of about 15, it looks like.
Hall's eyes downfield.
I'm being told 19 on that pickup.
19 on the pickup. Hall's eyes downfield, and Levitt coming from the backside.
Slid to his left, kept his shoulders squared going down the field, and hit
Levitt.
Hit Colton right there in the middle.
Give us to Madigan, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. A big hit there by number 88.
Well,
that is Evan Murfield. He's getting looks from Kentucky and other SEC schools.
We knew that they were going to do all they could to stop our run, and certainly keying on Gavin. They've keyed on Cooper in a couple instances as well. We see Gavin, Britton, Skrit, as they call him. Skrit's going back in the game, and Tetzel's coming out. Tetzel's got to get a breather because he's going to have to go in on defense here in just a little bit, but got a little rotation. It's good to see some depth, building some depth on the offensive line.
So McNeil will be to the near side. On the far side is Jalen King. In the slot is Lemp. Madigan to the right hip of Hall, who rolls right. Looking, throwing, got a man. Underthrows him. It's Lemp. He's caught at the 40. Lemp will stretch it to the 35-yard line for a first down pickup for the Grizzlies. They'll mark it at the 36.
I tell you what, that was such a great play. Calix caught the ball in the air. He saw it, and he adjusted and got that, almost like a basketball player, Mike. He got that guy on his back, almost boxing him out. And you see there, he was able to just bring that ball into his stomach and secure it and get the big first down.
1st and 10. Hall will
counter going the other way.
Cooper Gray. Ball hits the turf and picked up, fortunately, by Cooper for a big loss on the play, however.
Yeah, there was an exchange issue there. There looked like there was some running room.
So that's a loss of 7. Brings up second down in 17.
Yeah,
so a couple of times this evening, the Grizzlies have been a little careless with the football as both Hall and Gray look in for the offensive signal.
It looked like the handoff by Hall was there. I just don't know if Cooper just didn't grab it, but there was a seam there, and it's a shame.
Second down is 17. Levitt on the left side. Motion. This is Lemp coming to the near side. Hall looking to throw. He's got a man over the middle. Lemp to the 10.
Touchdown. They're not going to catch him.
Touchdown, Wadsworth.
You can put that one on the scoreboard right now.
Calix Lemp right up the gut, finds the seam. And the senior Air Force commit finds the end zone for the second time tonight. Take a look at the protection. They're in man coverage, it looks like. And Lemp just up the seam, post pattern, and gets between the defenders, and Hall puts it right on the
number 18.
Button.
I think number 18 saw early Lewis, the safety, the free safety, early in that development. He saw he was beat and just knew he wasn't going to have much of a chance to catch up with Calix. And 35-0, Mike. I don't think we expected this halfway through the third quarter.
McNeil is perfect on the evening, 5 of 5. And we are at a running clock as the Grizzlies lead at 35-0 in what has been a dominating performance by this Grizzly unit.
Yeah,
we talked about it last week. There's a lot of seniors on this team. These guys have played together for a long time, Kirk, and that says something.
It does. They love each other. I've said that multiple times. I can't overstate that enough. But it's just they're so passionate about everybody contributing, recognizing everybody's contribution to it. It doesn't matter who's doing what. I mean, I went to breakfast with the team. I went in and the dads did breakfast, and we cooked breakfast. But then we sit down and you just watch those guys, and they're laughing and they're joking and they're talking about, oh, you did this and you did this, and boy, I couldn't believe you did that. You know, they are really, everything it truly is a family. You hear that a lot, but this group, they don't care. They don't care who his name's getting called. They want to win. They have a lot of fun doing it. They hold each other accountable. And it doesn't matter that Bryson's a sophomore or Jude's a sophomore or Carter Raymond's a junior. There's a big senior class. We saw Brad Watson has stepped in with Bowden going down. Hopefully he'll be back. But we've seen Brad, little trickeration. They pitched it back to him, and we saw that on film last week too. I know Coach Todd pointed that out. Didn't help him much there, but Bowden, hopefully he's going to be okay. I do see him walking around down there, but Brad Watson has come in. Brad's in there now, and he's another senior.
Jude Holler and it looked like Jewers might have been having a few words, but who knows? I mean, these guys are all competitors, and New Albany will go first and 10 now from the 27-yard line, 28-yard line. Clock continues to run here at Arkwright Stadium.
And it will run continuously now unless New Albany is able to get this margin under 30 points. And the way this Grizzly defense has played so far, I don't know if that's going to happen. There's a dive up the middle.
Hoovler will give it, and a host of Grizzlies, the entire den on the tackle. Gavin Madigan in there. Jude Howler in there. On the bottom of that pile is number 23. That's Watson. Boy, Watson, when you look at him last year compared to this year, this guy's worked a lot in the weight room, hasn't he, Kurt?
Oh, Brad has gotten huge. He could always run, always very athletic, but he has, he's an excellent lacrosse player as well. Takes the face-offs. He plays a really, really, really hard-nosed midfield. But in the weight room this offseason, he has dedicated himself over the summer. You can see him. Jake is a big fella, but Brad's not sliding in too far from him. and again, Brad's another one of those kids.
Whistle and a flag, false start.
Again, self-inflicted penalty there by New Albany.
Lewis Justin would be the would-be ball carrier for the Eagles. That'll push him back.
But quickly to get back to Brad, I mean, he's just kept working on his body, honing his trade. He played a lot last week. He's that rotational linebacker. We don't know what's going to happen with Bowden going forward. But again, another senior that's been playing ball since he was 8 years old. With this group, they're so cohesive, and Brad knows what to do. Make no mistake, Brad knows what to do, and we're not going to see any drop-off at all. And that's not to say that we don't want Bowden back, because we certainly do. We're going to need him. It's a long season, but it's good to see Brad in there and taking care of his business.
Second down and 14. The ball carrier there is number 10. That is Mason Ackerman.
Nathan Shipley taking on two men over here on the left side. He got double teamed, and he just took them with him. And you know what? When he's getting double teamed, that means Jake or Stoops, Ryan or Brad or Gavin, Jude. One of those guys does not have somebody blocking him.
Yeah, we talked about that last night. Yeah. Exactly. If they're going to double team these guys, that leaves one of our athletes open to make a big play. Third down and 9, 3:18 left here in the third quarter. Hoovler, motion.
Yep.
This is
number 3.
Ooh.
Jake picked him up and put him down. Jake Ernest picked him up and put him down.
I mean, Lewis Justin is 5'10", 175.
Yeah,
and you look at Jacob Ernest, he's 230.
Right. Jake literally picked him up and put him down. They thought they were going to go for it on fourth down. I saw my good buddy Cheddar, Jenner Die, go in, but they're going to punt. So we're late running our punt team on, our punt return team.
Tommy Hahn is back deep along with McNeil. Hahn will get underneath it, call for a fair catch at about the 23-yard line, where Wadsworth will take over. And I would imagine we would not see Bryson Hall here in this series being up 35-0 as the clock continues to run.
It looks like they're going to give the starters maybe one more series here late in this third. And then, Coach Todd, normally he's like, okay, let's give them one more series.
Yeah, they are. Yep, you are correct.
It's a running clock. We're going to run this clock into the fourth period, and then he's going to let some of these other guys get some nice Friday night meaningful reps against this good Albany team.
Now, the other thing, too, is New Albany has got their first string out there as well. Hall will give. This is Cooper Gray up the middle. Cooper Gray, tough to take down. A big gain on the play. Enough for first down, just over 10 yards on the carry. Nice play by, run by Cooper.
We're going quickly.
As the clock continues to run, and the sticks are working to get set on the far sideline. Hall
quickly out on his break. Yep. Nice catch. I think that's Smeltzer.
Smeltzer on the reception.
All right, Grizzlies back to the line very quickly. You see the offensive lineman getting right on the ball.
You got it. You know this offense. That play is set up for the next play.
Right, and I think Coach Todd, what I'm seeing is he's trying to use this as a little bit of a 2-minute type drill. Hurry up to the line, get some plays in. We know he really wants to run fast. Dawson checking on the play. A lot of field over here.
This time it'll go to Gray. Gray off the right side. Gray cuts it back to the middle, to the midfield. It'll be stopped just short of the midfield at the 49-yard line is Cooper Gray.
Pickup of about 9.
Luke Maddox to the near side. Schmelzer in the slot. They'll get one more play off here.
Maybe.
That might do it.
Yeah, Coach Todd, I think, is going to let this run down. We'll flip the field. Yeah, we're just standing waiting. They haven't put a play in.
So we will go to the fourth quarter up 35-0. And again, folks, this has been a dominated performance. The offensive line, the defensive line. Yeah. You see McNeil encouraging the faithful here at Arkwright Stadium to get on their feet because this has the potential to be a special season, Kirk.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, we knew what the challenge was from them offensively. We've seen our defense conform to it. They put in a great week of preparation to go against this unique offense, which, look, folks, New Albany runs this offense very well. We've seen a lot of tape, and they are very effective at running this offense. I can't overstate what the Grizzly defense has been able to do here tonight so far. And then offensively, we just picked up where we left off last week, Mike. Yeah. A lot of people. Gavin scored a touchdown. Cooper scored a touchdown. Calix scored a touchdown. I mean, we're moving the ball to a lot of people. We already listed Smeltzer. Luke Maddox early on had a reception. Jack McNeil. We've seen Jalen in there, although we haven't seen a reception off Jalen yet. So we're, again, getting the ball around to a lot of folks. And he's put the backups in.
Yeah, the reserves are in now for both the Eagles and the Grizzlies.
Sturpka's still on his feet.
On his feet.
Picking up some yardage. Going to stick.
And he'll get a gain of about 3. They'll give him 4 on the play, but Sturpka got hit in the backfield.
Which actually spun him to the open field. Yeah. Good for Braden.
Good feet, young man. And a good presence of mind.
Woo. It's a big drop-off in some of these positions when you see the backups come, just the size. You've got a lot of sophomores, a lot of young folks in there now, and you see the difference between when you're looking at, we're talking about Brad Watson and Stoops, some of those guys. 2 years makes a big difference in that Justin Todd weight room.
Yeah, I don't know if that was 44 on the edge. Braden Helms of the Eagles, 6'2", 170-pound linebacker. But second down and 6. We got a whistle and timeout. The Grizzlies will call timeout. We're disorganized offensively. We'll get things set. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, one thing I want to be remiss if I did not mention again the contributions by the community every year, every week. And this week, the team meal, feeding all the cheerleaders, the coaches, the entire team Thursday night. So you're feeding 70 young men, the coaching staff, which is about 15 or so, and the cheerleaders. We want to give a big thanks to Kevin Evans and the folks over at Spunkmeyer's in Wadsworth. They did a great job. It was a great meal. Nobody goes away hungry. They got great atmosphere at Spunkmeyer's, the inside, the outside. You know, you can go down there, you get a great appetizer. I love their appetizers, good food, and Kevin has created a great environment. He's a great supporter of all Grizzly athletics, and we want to thank them for sponsoring and providing the meal this Thursday night for the Grizzlies.
2nd down and 6 coming on a timeout, 11:03 remaining. In this one, the Grizzlies in complete control. Sturpka gives, right side, breaks free.
Oh, it's a big run.
Oh, great job keeping the feet.
I tell you,
turning.
Noah Reese.
That is Noah Reese.
Noah Reese is a load to bring down. I mean, they got the jersey, and sometimes that's hard to break out of, but, you know, you just see those legs churning. Big gainer by Noah Reese right off the right side.
And how about a job by that right side of that offensive line, number 77, that's Aiden Meisterix, 74, Josh Garcia, the freshman.
The freshman, Big Josh.
Making an impact on that play. 1st down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Again, Noah Reese right up the middle.
Left side, and he's
just stay on his feet. That's just what Noah Reese does. He just keeps churning.
I think that is a staple of every running back in Wadsworth. I mean, when they're born, their feet are moving, right?
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Look at the young man. Like, give me the ball. I'm hungry.
Yes, he is hungry.
To the left side is Noah Nixon. Give us to Reese again. He'll
spin move.
Hold on to the football.
Look at
young
double
man.
spin. Look,
he is a bouncing pinball.
He is the pinball. That's what I'm going to call him, the pinball. He spins right. He spins left. He picks up about 8 yards for another 1st down.
He's got about 28 yards on the ground here on 3 plays.
On this series alone.
Coach Finn, John Bernard, he's right. That shot says it all.
Yeah, he's got his arms crossed. He's got the stance of, okay, we've got to get back to the drawing board. That's what that stance is, Mike.
Yeah. We got to regroup. 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line of the Eagles.
It's going to be a long bus ride back to Northeast Columbus tonight.
Sturpka directing traffic, and Wadsworth will have to call another delay of game is the call. I don't think they got the timeout in time, so they're going to assess 5 yards.
Yeah, they moved the ball back. Mike, I've got a few scores from around the Suburban League. Hudson is leading, Highland is leading Hudson 21-0. That's in the 3rd period. Nordonia is up big on East, 39-0. Twinsburg is big over Bedford, 36-6. Obviously, we've got the score here that everyone can see. North Royalton, against one of our old friends from a few years ago, is up 20-13 over Worcester.
So coming out of the timeout after the 5-yard delay of game penalty, it's Reese again up the middle. Why not? It's worked, but this time the Eagles will stop Reese for no gain on the play.
A few more scores to round out the Suburban League. Stowe, Monroe Falls, 21-7 over Barberton, who we had here last week. Solon is trying to fight back against Strongsville, but they're trailing 18-0 just before halftime, and that score may be a little bit delayed. And we do not have an updated score for Brecksville and Talmadge right now.
2nd down and 15. Sturpka will roll to his left.
Turn his shoulders.
Throw.
He's got a corner
route. And incomplete. Pass intended there for number 23. Sorry, who is that? 29. That's Noah Nixon. Like, there's no way Brad Watson's out there.
That was just that's not a bad ball by Sturpka, to be honest with you. I mean, he threw it out there, threw it wide, just beyond what Noah was able to reach for. Man, I love seeing the action from some of these backups getting in there, running the same offense. They've had some success so far, but they got a big 3rd down and 15 here, Mike.
3rd and 15, motion to the left side. Sturpka will give to Reese, who bounces and bounces and...
Ooh, not going to be enough, but...
It'll get it 4th down and I would say manageable here.
Yeah, we got a 4th and, was it like 7 maybe? 8? 4th and 8?
4th and 9.
Okay. And Coach Todd, you know, he's just going to give these guys extra reps, extra offensive reps at this point. There's no sense in trying to field goal or anything. He's just going to stick with the offense, let these guys get extra reps.
Jalen King and Nixon on the left side of that offensive receiving core.
Number 45, Cole Wilson goes in motion.
Quarterback keeper up the middle. Sturpka's
not going to have enough.
Will come up short, and Wadsworth will turn the ball over on downs.
Now this is going to be a lot of fun right here. Let's see how disciplined the Grizzlies are as a unit. Now we're going to put some guys in here, some guys that really want to play, some really good football players, and they're going to get their first taste now, Mike, of this wing T defense with just under 6 minutes to go.
Looks like Kareem Al-Najjar on that defensive line. Nicholas Dean is out there.
Yeah, so I was going to say I see Nick Dean, number 54, out there.
Yeah, it looks like number 71, Michael Beckman, is out there as well. Number 70 is out there. Yep, Kareem Al-Najjar. Number 22, Dom Jackson is out.
Well, we got an issue here on our sideline. And I'm telling you, New Albany still got their starters.
New Albany's got their starters. They most certainly do. Coach Todd. Let's see what Coach Todd does here.
I know what he's told us he typically wants to do, but I think at this point in the game, at 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, he's going to let these guys play, even though it's the starters. He feels confident enough in their ability, physicality, to step in there and let's see what they do. Okay, sweep.
Give us to the right side to Jewers. Jewers breaks free for a first down. That'll move the chains for the Eagles. Again, New Albany running their offense against Grizzly reserves. So 1st and 10 now from the 33-yard line.
We're going to get a whole bunch of jet Jewers. Looks like they're going to throw the ball here.
Right side, ball's caught and tackle made there by number 22. That is Dom Jackson.
DJ Jackson making coming back out to that, make that play, gets him on the ground. They're gonna.
Vince Williams on the reception for the Eagles.
Got a lot going on. It looks like it's going to be a pickup of. Oh, there's a penalty.
We have a flag on the play.
Yeah, there was a pickup of 10 or 11, but that's not gonna go in the scorebook tonight. It was a penalty. I did not see that.
No, I believe it might have been. I didn't see what it was. If John Bernard, our producer, knows, he'll let us know as well. But it's 1st down and 15 now from the 28-yard line.
Clock does continue to run at this point.
Hoofler will give the Jewers on the right side, around the right edge, and
ball's out.
Ball's out.
And the Grizzlies look like they might have it. I saw a couple Grizzlies jump up.
He is down, so a gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. And what has been a disappointing evening if you're a New Albany Eagle fan. Hoofler coming to the line of scrimmage, single back. Give us the Jewers. Nope, I beg your pardon. That is Nelson, number 5, the ball carrier. Stop on the play there by, I didn't get the number there, Kirk. Third down and 1 now for the Eagles. Looking to get on the scoreboard before leaving Wadsworth. He'll go over the top, and pass by Hoofler is incomplete.
Yeah, there really wasn't anybody there, Mike.
So Avery Bastion was the intended receiver. So the Eagles looking at another 4th down. And how difficult is it when you go on the road and you play a good opponent like Wadsworth, but it doesn't matter, like when you're on the road and you come away empty, getting shut out. It does make, as Kirk said a few minutes ago, a long bus ride home. This is number 3, the ball carrier. This is Lewis Justin, the 3rd.
Big gainer, going to pick up a 1st down, but they're still 45 yards out and the clock's running.
Yeah, and he's going to limp off the field. This has been a very physical football game, and we talked about it. As you see, Lewis unhappy with the injury there. Inside of 240 now. Give up the middle. And a host of Grizzlies will make the stop as the play is going to be called dead. On the play was Grant Nelson.
It's like Noah Reese coming in to play a little linebacker.
Yeah, look at that. Noah Reese in there. Coming out of the ballgame now is number 15. That's Landon Provance. In there for a couple plays for the Grizzly D. We'll suit that fella up. 2nd down and 2. Jewers right side, and he will be wrestled down. Kirk, I tell you, nice job here by this reserve unit of the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I told you, I wanted to see how they responded. This is a tough offense to defend, and they probably didn't get nearly the reps as they focused on the starters most of the week, making sure they had it down. But these guys have stepped in, and they've been a little bit, but they haven't given it up.
Yeah, you got back to pass, got a man on the near side, and pass interference will be the call.
Yeah.
Jackson, the intended receiver. And what I like about this is Jet Jewers is a good back, but these guys are containing him.
Yeah.
They're not letting him get loose on the outside and break anything up the middle.
Yeah, number 25, I think, is who they threw that flag on out there on the edge. He got a little handsy, got a little physical there at the end of that reception. And they've gotten into the red zone with 50 seconds to go.
Hoovler trying to find the end zone. This is Jet Jewers on the right side. Nice tackle made there by, trying to get a number there. I can't see it on the screen. Close on the stop.
Yeah, good, really good tackle by Reed. Going low on a big back like Jewers, going low and getting him to the ground. That was a good play. 30 seconds. Going to be a dive.
Hoovler will look to throw. Left side. Ball is caught. Oh, great open field tackle.
That's a great open field tackle right there.
Colton Mellon.
Colt Mellon, yeah.
So Amari Jones on the reception, but Mellon with a great open field tackle. and Coach Brian Finn going to call timeout with 17 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
It is 1st and goal from the 7 for the Eagles.
Well, Mike, we get a couple weeks off, it seems.
Yeah, we'll be on the road to Medina next week. And that's a matchup that's went total opposite direction over the last couple of years, hasn't it?
It really has. They've had such a stable of quarterbacks come through there with Drew Aller, Danny Stoddard. But then after Danny left a couple years ago, Medina's offense, the prolific nature came a little bit back down to earth a little bit, and a lot of teams have caught up. And Coach Laird, he's going to stick with what got him there, and he continues to run that. They're going to run his buck sweep to the right. Yeah, they're going to try and get Jewers in the end zone.
Jewers will find the end zone at Arkwright Stadium for the first time tonight as the clock will stop with 4 seconds left. As the Grizzlies lead at 35-6, and New Albany will get out of here without getting shut out. So the Eagles will go 0-2 on the season. Take another look at it. Jewers cuts it back to the inside. And Wadsworth will move to 2-0 on the season as they will end non-conference play next week, as we just mentioned, on the road at Medina.
Well, I was really happy and excited, to see this second group, and they responded pretty well. But when the starters stay in for New Albany and they score a touchdown with 17 seconds, I don't think Coach Todd's going to give a lot of credence to that. He wanted to get these guys some good reps on film, and he did. And we saw some nice open field tackles. We saw him bottle up Jewers until that last touchdown. So I was real excited to see this second group come in there and make some plays.
No, I thought they played extremely well against the starting 11 of that Eagle offense. 4 seconds in, it will be over. It has been not what we expected coming into this game. We knew it would be physical. We thought it would be a little tighter between these two programs.
We really did. We knew both teams play a physical style, different styles, but they're both physical in their own right. And But no, we did not expect this.
And I think what this is a testament to is the preparation that our coaching staff, they really pour themselves into it week in and week out, and the kids buy into it, and they study as well.
They take nothing for granted, these coaches. They make, every game is the biggest game. It truly is. They're breaking it down. They're putting in the hours. They're putting the kids in position to succeed. And they're teaching them the game, and it's turned into some success.
So Hoovler will kick it off from the 40. As the home crowd has been treated to a fantastic performance here by the Grizzlies. Ball's going to be picked up. Picking it up there is number 30, Adam Neville.
Yeah. And that's the game, Mike.
Well, Wadsworth, in great fashion, dominates for the second week in a row. Defensively, you couldn't ask for anything more. Offensively, they started to play 3 quarters of really good football. 35 points on the board. Of course, the 7 late in the game. After leading 35 to nothing, coach calls a timeout with 7 seconds left, and with his starters on the field.
Well, that tells you a little bit about the type of program he's trying to establish. He didn't want his kids to give up, but at the same time, a meaningless touchdown with 7, to call a timeout to score a meaningless touchdown with 7 seconds to go. I don't know what kind of message that sends to anybody, to be honest with you. But the Grizzlies are going to leave the Den 35-7 winners, headed to Medina, just down the road to Medina for a big matchup. We've Medina got us 3 times in a row, then we've got them the last 2, and now we're last time we're going to play Medina, and then next year there'll be a conference member. So it'll be a conference game after this matchup next week, and looking forward to it. I always look forward to going over to Medina. It's a great county rivalry. Is it Medina County or is it Wadsworth County? I guess we'll find out. In about 7 days.
Folks, travel with this team travels well. Yeah. Travel to Medina. It's local. It's close by. Go and support these Grizzlies. This is a special season in the making. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight at Artwright. The final, once again, the Grizzlies 35, the Eagles of New Albany 7. For John Bernard downstairs, our cameraman Aiden Uzinski and Abe Haprian upstairs, and my partner, Kurt Gray. I am Mike Elkins. Good night, Wadsworth.
Watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.